What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the disguised clone trooper that was hinted at in the kit reveal for Appo. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about who I think is going to be the fourth Darkside clone as well. Kind of give some ideas as to who I'm leaning towards and why I think it's a logical option. But before we go into any of that, I do want to give a quick shout out to all of you who have been leaving comments about me coming back. I appreciate the kind words. It's awesome to see you guys are excited to see that I'm back. I'm very excited to be talking about clones inside of a raid again. Appreciate the kind words. You guys are the best. I just want to give you guys a shout out for that. Thank you guys for the kind words. So let's move on to the stuff with Appo. And I also want to give a follow-up because after I did the kit reveal for Appo, they updated some of the information for Appo and the Nightfall Trooper. So we're going to cover that as well. But the first thing, and I completely glossed over it last night, and I was just so thinking too much about Appo's kit, and I completely glossed over it, was that we got the confirmation of the disguised clone trooper. And they talk about how special one for Appo can stealth an allied Darkside clone trooper, which is an important mechanic in disguised clone trooper's kit. That's pretty big. We're going to talk about who Disguised Clone Trooper is and kind of dive into that and what I think we could see with that kit here in a minute. But I do want to give a quick update here. So they gave the cooldowns on the specials for Appo. He has a 4-turn cooldown on Nightfall, and then No Witnesses gets a 4-turn cooldown as well, as in addition to in Zeta. They also, let's see, yeah, so I believe somewhere in the kit here, they also talk about how, yeah, if whenever an enemy is defeated, reduce the cooldown of No Witnesses by 1. So that means as you defeat enemies, you get a reduced cooldown on No Witnesses, which is cool. So yeah, Zeta there on Special 2, and then also a Zeta and an Omicron on his unique. And then they also gave the kit for Nightfall Trooper. We didn't get this last night in the kit reveal, and I guess this must be a common occurrence with them with kit reveals where they just update later. I've never looked at one right away because I'm busy working or something and not doing a video at the time. But yeah, at some point last night they updated things and now we have the kit for Nightfall Trooper. So the basic Imperial March is just like Appo's, giving defense penetration up to the strongest ally, and then if he uses basic during his turn, he calls all attacker allies with defense penetration up. And then his special is called Defender of the Empire. Call a random Darkside Clone Trooper support ally to assist, and they stealth for 1 turn, then deal physical damage to target enemy. Appo Nightfall Trooper gain advantage for 1 turn. So this is where we get the stealth for 1 turn with support troopers, pretty much confirming Disguised Clone Trooper is going to be a support character. There's probably something in Disguised Clone Trooper's kit with stealth where he's either doing bigger damage or he's handing out buffs or something to the team. And then we have unique is Battalion Brothers. Whenever Nightfall Trooper uses an ability, he gains 20% offense stacking, doubled if he scores a critical hit. And this is also going to tie in with advantage. I have to find it again. I saw it and now I completely forgot where it was. There is somewhere in Appo's kit, he gives advantage to allies. And what that means is that you can give that advantage to Nightfall Trooper, and then you get those guaranteed critical hits, and now that stacks the damage on Nightfall Trooper. Now, the one question I do have is, well, actually, no, it's not a question. Obviously, we know. If Nightfall Trooper falls and a new one summoned, I'm assuming he doesn't get that scaled offense. It has to start all over again. Of course, yeah, you know, scales with summoner stats can only be summoned to the ally slot if available, can't be summoned in certain raids, can't be revived, and if an effect counts for defeated units, this unit does not count. When there are no other allied combatants, this unit escapes from battle. So pretty much like any standard summon unit, but yeah, this bonus, the stacking offense if he scores critical hits, being able to give stealth, and yeah, I missed it. It's right here in Defender of the Empire. There it is. Appo Nightfall Trooper gain advantage for 1 turn. So no cooldown given to Defender of the Empire. I'm wondering if it's a 4-turn cooldown. But yeah, so there you go. A little bit of an update to the kit for Nightfall Trooper. We can see what we got here with him. He's going to do some nice damage, probably. So we got 2 different attackers already with Appo and with Nightfall Trooper. And I assume CX2 is also going to be an attacker, which means we have support with Disguised Clone Trooper. And then finally, we're going to see who the tank is, which I don't know who that's going to be. I think it's going to be Fox is going to be the final Darkside Clone Trooper. I know people are hoping for Jesse. The way I see it is that we're looking for Empire Clone Troopers here. Troopers who serve the Empire. And that's where we get CX2 from. Jesse, I don't think really fits the bill there because he basically tried to kill Ahsoka and Rex for Order 66. But he never directly served the Empire. Appo was there for Operation Nightfall. You have CX2, which was basically an assassin for the Empire. We're going to get Disguised Clone Trooper, which was pretty much a clone trooper in Jedi robes with a blaster, which we're gonna talk about that here in a second. I think Fox is a pretty good bet for that 5th spot on that Lord Vader team. Fox was part of the Coruscant Guard. He was like even before Order 66, he was always following Palpatine's orders. He never really like rebelled against him. He's just a willing member of Order 66 and just kind of carrying out the purge of the Jedi. So yeah, I could see. I think Fox is going to be that 5th member, which means there's plenty of other options out there for other Darkside clones, and I think that's something we can do in another video. But yeah, once you saw that first kit and saw they're going for Empire on them, you kind of get an idea of what they're going for these Darkside clones. You want clones who serve the Empire. And Jesse, I just don't think fits the bill for that. There's plenty of other Darkside clones out there. But yeah, they were all like evil clones before Order 66. So we're going to have to come back around to that in the future. And we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Decoy Squad 5. This is the Disguised Clone Troopers. So it was 8 members of the 501st Legion, and basically all they did was they existed to sit there in Jedi robes at the temple and wait for Jedi to come back and kill them once they showed up after Operation Nightfall was over. And of course, pretty much the first 2 Jedi they ran into were Jedi Masters Obi-Wan and Yoda. And there is a deleted scene from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, that they show up, and Kenobi basically says something along the lines of, "You are the worst disguised Jedi I've ever seen." And then him and Yoda just proceed to just murder all of them in like half a minute. So it was one of those things. It was like a moment of levity inside of the movie in between Anakin just murdering the entire Separatist Council and Operation Nightfall. It was like a funny moment that didn't really need to be there. It just didn't fit thematically, and I think that's why it got removed from the movie. But yeah, Temu, I'm completely blanking on his name now. But yeah, Tamura Morrison. I was about to say Temu Morrison. I was like, that's not it. Tamura Morrison in Jedi robes with a blaster. It's a pretty bad disguise. Let's be real. That's a really bad disguise. And in the deleted scene, he doesn't even try to disguise his voice. Like, you can tell automatically it's a clone trooper in a Jedi robe. And that's why Kenobi's just like are you guys serious right now? Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, this is a cool one. This is a deep cut, because unless you know the lore, unless you know the deleted scenes from Revenge of the Sith, you have no idea what disguised clone troopers are. This is really cool. I love this. You also get to use them, I believe, yeah, it's in the Lego Star Wars game. You just get disguised clone, and they never expand on it. It's just a clone trooper and a Jedi robe, and that's it. And later on, we get books, and we get a novelization that kind of builds upon the disguised clone troopers a little bit. But yeah, this is one I think it's really cool. This was not one I was expecting. I was like, okay, we're gonna get like Fox, and then we're gonna get another named clone trooper that you serve the Empire. God forbid it's Scorch. I hope to God it's not Scorch, because then that means we get big questions about the future of a Delta Squad, which, let's be real, I don't think Delta Squad's going to happen, but maybe one day. But yeah, if we get Scorch on Vader's squad, that pretty much means we're never getting Delta Squad, because you're not going to be pulling Scorch off of a Lord Vader squad unless we get more Darkside clone troopers to work with Lord Vader. But I think that just wouldn't make sense. So at this point, I feel pretty safe in saying it's not going to be Scorch. It's going to be Fox as that 5th member. But yeah, man, disguised clone trooper as another one of them. That's fantastic. And what's even funnier is that I believe, yeah, they talk about in the novelization, basically, Obi-Wan's like this hunchback dude and just comes with the clone troopers and just says, oh, you know, I've got this Jedi baby here. And the clone pulls back the hood and is like, oh god, this is an ugly baby, and it's actually just Yoda in Kenobi's arms. And then they just murder all the clones. It's fantastic. I love it. I love this whole thing. Yeah, it's really cool. I recommend you guys go try to watch the lead scene. I'm not gonna throw it in here because I don't want to risk copyright strikes. But yeah, the deleted scene. It's like a T-pose Yoda because they didn't have time to animate Yoda. It's fantastic. I love the deleted scene and just Kenobi saying, you guys are the worst disguised Jedi I've ever seen. It's all great. That's going to kind of wrap it up. I just want to give a quick update on the kit for Appo and also just talk about the fact that, yeah, we got our third clone confirmed in Disguised Clone Trooper. This is really cool. I like this. Let me know what you guys think down below. What are you guys thinking about these kits so far and who we're getting? Let me know down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time.